Moneyball, the movie. It was one of those rare moments when critics and audiences came together to certify a movie as fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie charts the course of the general manager of the Oakland A's and his quest to build a championship-worthy baseball team, starring Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. While Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill did an amazing job, they were nominated for the Academy Awards, data analytics was the true star of the movie. Data analytics, which is essentially the usage of data to analyze transactions, conduct statistical analysis, and identify facts, is really concerned about using a systematic approach to solve complex data-related problems. And the Oakland A's, under Billy Beane's leadership, did exactly that. They used concepts such as on-base percentages, such as walks and hits, to identify the optimal roster that allowed them to execute a record-breaking 20 consecutive wins in that season. And they essentially ignored other factors that scouts were able to bring forward to them. We face similar problems when we conduct internal audits with the clients we serve. Now, I'm not talking about things like on-base percentages, walks, and hits, but what I am talking about is us being able to identify risks before they occur and provide insights to them, and where risk events do occur, such as failures, unanticipated events, being able to address them on a near real-time basis. How we conduct our internal audits and leverage analytics will help us execute audits more effectively and enable our stakeholders to more proactively manage risks. Data analytics helps us address risks and provide coverage over risk on a more effective manner and helps us support our conclusions with facts. Companies that leverage things like risk sensing with data can help identify issues where there may have problems or drivers related to issues like chronic absenteeism and excessive overtime. With one company, for example, we were able to identify potential drivers for sick leave abuse. What we did was we were able to take data related to employee attendance and analyze it over a period of time and be able to conduct analytics to identify patterns of absences based on employee demographic, tenure, work location, and external events such as holidays and playoff games. And you know what we found the biggest culprit was? Playoff games. On excessive overtime, we conducted a study of overtime across the organization, and we were able to identify that the root cause of excessive overtime was poor shift planning. We dug a little deeper with the data, and what we found was that shift supervisors were essentially provided with far too many direct reports. And what they were then doing was prioritizing getting the job done. I just want to get the job done, as opposed to getting the job done within budget as well. So essentially, data analytics is providing an opportunity to address risk and provide coverage over risk in a more effective and efficient manner. Data analytics is also leveraged to improve report comprehension and stakeholder understanding of the facts that we're looking to present to them. Combined with sophisticated visualization tools, we can paint a picture that conveys very complex ideas in a very simplistic manner. When combined with valid assumptions and accurate analysis at the end, we can use tools like Power BI and Spotfire to paint a picture as to what the audit was all about and what is the story that the audit is trying to tell. I'll give you an example. We just conducted an analysis for a large security agency in Canada on the topic of employee attrition. They were experiencing a significant growth in employee attrition, and they wanted us to do an audit in this space. We leveraged data from a number of internal and external data sources. So we took things like employee performance, we looked at their learning management system, we also identified data sources related to employee attendance as well. And we also tied it to external events such as external data sources such as Statistics Canada. And what we were able to do was paint a picture to the organization leveraging a tool named Tableau to tell a story as to where those pockets of attrition are most significant and where the organization needs to spend its money and its time to most effectively drive change with respect to attrition. This was received very well within the organization, and the reason we were able to do it was because what we didn't do was take all that complex data that we built and put it into an Excel document and then share it with the organization. We were able to paint a picture that tells a story. And there you can see a good example of evidence of data analytics and the use of visualization being able to drive an effective message across to our stakeholders. And finally, what I wanted to talk about is about process efficiency and effectiveness. Data analytics can help drive process efficiency and effectiveness. Good examples of this are being able to leverage data related to payments to vendors to identify potential areas where fraudulent transactions could occur, and or situations where you can actually get some cost benefit by preventing overpayments to vendors. How we convey that message, identifying those analytic opportunities, and discussing them with our stakeholders is a great way to demonstrate value in an otherwise undervalued profession within organizations. So going back to my story of the Oakland A's, they're no longer the championship team that they once were. Not because they dropped analytics, but it was because everyone else caught on to their story. In fact, the Boston Red Sox in 2004 went on to win the World Series using the model pioneered by the Oakland A's. It's time that we as internal auditors look to drive the change that we hope to see, leveraging the tools that are available so that we can better sense risks, convey our messages more effectively, and also be able to identify opportunities for process efficiency and effectiveness. Similar to the Oakland A's, you can have a tight budget and still make effective business decisions. And data analytics is how we make it happen. Thank you for your time.